Hello, my name is Chet Hallinan from Steelhead Technologies with a quick overview of the inventory management capabilities in Steelhead. Inventory management to manufacturing job shops is such a critical aspect of the process. Not only just knowing what we have on hand, what's located here or there, when we need to order certain things, certain different consumables, but it's also so integrated into everything that we do, right? We might include some material surcharges. We look at production, okay, how much of this powder, how much of this chemical, how many of these masks did we use to process these parts? It's integrated to certifications. You might tie in, okay, what was the lot number or the expiration of this powder or this chemical that we use? What was the mix time on this liquid paint? It's also integrated to invoicing. We might tie in some material surcharges based off of the amount of powder or the amount of material or metal that we use to process these parts. Lastly, it's also heavily used in reporting. So we can look at daily, we can look at weekly, monthly reports, trend those over the year and see, okay, when should we order more of this? When should we order more of that? What months do we consume more of this? All just analytics and data that we can use to run our business and boost our profitability. The powder management that we have here. You'll see that we have QR codes assigned to the location. So this can be set throughout your powder room as granular or as specific as you wish to get. And then we also have tags or QR codes, labels printed for each batch, for each box of powder that we have received in. So these labels are generated when we order powder. That powder comes in, we enter it into the system, whether we receive it from a purchase order or if we just enter it in as a consumable material and print out that label at that time. So then what that looks like in Steelhead is if we take our camera here, first of all, we can scan the location and see, okay, what is all housed in this location. So in B8, once this loads here, we can see, okay, here are all the powders, the pounds, the powder itself, the batch ID for this specific powder that's housed at location B8. So just one quick snapshot, we might have 3 layers of powder deep, but we can get a quick view at, okay, what exactly is in this location that we have defined. From a powder or from an operator perspective in dealing with powder and managing inventory, if I'm going to pull this powder from inventory, I'd pull it out before I process my job. I'd go do my powder coating. And then when I'm bringing that powder back in, I would weigh that box. Right, first of all, I'm going to show, if I scan this tag and this label, what I see. So I hold my device up there, open this link, and I'm opening up the batch item for this inventory, this box of powder. And we can see, okay, we might have a name, we might have a lot number, expiration date, when it was last used, what it costs us to procure this powder, and then some options for managing this inventory. So you can see here that, okay, we have 35 pounds left in this box. So as an operator then, I take this box because I'm ready to go powder coat some parts, and then I bring it back. Once I'm done powder coating, I put it on my scale. Okay, I see that instead of 34.7, I now have 20 pounds of powder. So I throw this back in my location. I scan that QR code and it brings me back to my inventory page. At this point then, I go, okay, I'm gonna deplete this. I'm going to deplete this powder, quantity remaining, and instead of 34.7, I now have 20 pounds of powder. I save this, then that decrements that inventory item and actively manages my inventory levels for this powder. Other items that we might do. So say this shelf is overloaded, or maybe we want to reorganize our powders. So I'm going to take this box and I'm going to move this over to A4. So when I do that, I move that box and I take my iPad, I scan that QR code, it brings me to my inventory batch, and I click Move Container. At this point then, I open up my handy-dandy camera, scan that location, click Save. Now I've moved that box of powder from B8, the original location, to A4.